Hey everybody, Pastor Nate here to do a quick recap of Sunday night's message, which was the first message in our new identity series. This past Sunday, we started out in the book of Ephesians. We're going to be working through the book of Ephesians throughout the next few weeks. But we started in Ephesians chapter 1, verses 1 through 5, where the Apostle Paul tells us three things about what our identity is in Jesus. So often we can find our identity in the things that we do, or what we've accomplished, or even how other people see us, when in reality our identity should be rooted in who God says we are. And so in those first 5 verses of Ephesians chapter 1, Paul says three things. He says first off that if you are a follower of Jesus, he sees you as holy. You are holy, meaning set apart for him, meaning that you are chosen to be one of his people. No matter what you do in life, no matter what happens to you, you are his. The second thing he talks about is that you are blameless. Now, this doesn't mean that we're perfect. It doesn't mean that we never make bad decisions or mistakes. But what it does mean is that as followers of Jesus, we can ask him for forgiveness. And because of his death for us and resurrection, that we actually receive that forgiveness, are wiped clean, and he does truly see us as blameless in his sight, which is such a hopeful and special thing. It means we don't have to walk around identifying ourselves by our past struggles, by our past pain, by our past sin, but we can go forward in the confidence of knowing that we truly have been forgiven. And the third thing is that you are adopted. You have been adopted into his family. The God of the universe, the one who made you, the one who knows every single thing about you, chose to have you as his son or daughter. And those three things, being holy, being blameless, being adopted into his family, that should be the core of how you see yourself, the core of how I see myself, the core of how us as believers view ourselves. And again, no matter what else happens in life, no matter what else you enjoy, no matter what everybody says about you, that is what God says about you. So as you go throughout this week, we had a couple of things that I encouraged our students to do. One, read the first chapter of Ephesians. Just spend this week really reading and meditating on Ephesians chapter 1, because next week we're going to continue unpacking that and what Paul says about who God says we are. And the second thing is to make a list. Make a list of all the ways that you identify yourself. Are you a sports player? Are you a musician? Are you good at school? How do you define yourself? And then next to that, make a list of the ways that God defines you. You are loved. You are chosen. You are blameless. And remember that second list, cross out the first one. That second list is who you actually are. Maybe even write it on your mirror in dry erase marker so that you see that in the morning. And so that hopefully you can begin to see yourself the way that God sees you. Thanks so much, and I hope you'll join us next week for week 2 of our identity series.